Well, good morning, everybody. And the pattern that we've seen here over the last several days, which has featured a lot of scattered convection across parts of, even getting back into Texas, but through the lower Mississippi River Valley into the southeast and through the Tennessee and Ohio Valley here. This has been the one that's been really fed on a lot of tropical moisture like this as this front slowly sags farther to the south. Well, this pattern that we've been in that's delivered that is about to change. It's also been a part of this has been this extensive northward trek here of the southwestern monsoon. And the changes that we're about to see are going to be quite important. And I'm really quite concerned about the west going forward. Now, if you just watch the end of this animation, we can see some of the wildfire smoke from a large fire here in Northern California, but there's a lot of smoke mixed in with some of the cloud field that you see here. But yesterday on Twitter, there was a pretty incredible video put out by KTLA. Just take a look at this. This is a large fiery vortex that occurred here inside of this very small fire down in Southern California. Now, how these form is basically you get a lot of horizontal wind shear, and the heat takes that and stretches it vertically and creates this vortex, and they can move very, very quickly, and they kind of operate like a blast furnace. Just incredible to see that. But what I'm getting concerned about is that the changes that we're going to see in the precipitation pattern here over the next few days are going to make this map look a lot different. So this is your last 72 hours. You can see that moisture feed just really delivering a lot of rain throughout parts of the southeast, the lower Mississippi River Valley, and even pockets into New England where we're still dealing with drought. But what we're about to see shift here, I think, is best seen by just going straight to the jet stream level winds and looking at the 500 millibar trough ridge pattern. See, through the end of this week, let's just stop this on Saturday, the ridge has kind of regained its position right here in the midsection of the country. So we will see those ridge riding storms that come over the top of this Friday into Saturday, and we'll take a look at that precip in just a few seconds. But what's interesting about this pattern is that as we go into early next week, we see better indications of kind of a westward shift in a lot of things. First of all, this trough, that trough right there is now farther away from the west coast than it has been. We can see a deeper trough over the Bering Sea. We also see that we have a trough that's sitting somewhere here in kind of the central United States, parked over the east as well, but it's not really connected to a deeper trough of low pressure there. But the net effect of this whole pattern and its shift is that we're building a larger ridge into the west, which is going to increase the temperatures in the west. It's going to really increase the risk of wildfire in the west, and it's going to change the precipitation pattern in a big way. Because the southwest monsoon isn't going to quit. It's really going. But there could be a frontal boundary pushed on the southern side of this trough, which really increases rainfall for a big area in through here, while drier air kind of pours in on the back side of this. So what we need to assess with this pattern is how it's going to bring the precipitation about, and then we'll look at some of the bigger numbers here in just a few seconds. So let's play this forward. This is getting through the day on Thursday. So there's our kind of last day of seeing the scattered storms just really covering a big area in the southeast. Southwest monsoon tonight still going. And you can see this weak front that's sliding right here through parts of the Midwest and Ohio River Valley. Now, as we get into the day on Friday, we're going to watch these ridge riding storms. See them right in through here, coming over the top of the ridge and blowing through parts of the Great Lakes states. But as we go into Saturday and then into Sunday, you're going to see a shift in this precipitation pattern. Do you see that? Let's just do that again. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. There are larger lows running up, well, it could be larger lows running up the East Coast. There's certainly lower pressure there. And there's these lingering fronts that are connecting back up here in the midsection of the country. That's because, remember, by next Tuesday, there's a ridge here and a broader trough there. And so what's going on is we're increasing the chances of rainfall across some really dry parts here of the country. I don't think these make it too far into New England to really relieve some of the drought in New York and Pennsylvania. I'm in New York today, so I'm really watching this carefully. But as we play this forward into next Wednesday and Thursday, what you do see is that front sags farther and farther to the south, bringing in some cooler weather, and brings in better chances for rainfall in through here. So maybe another way to look at this is just to watch a 5-day sliding window. So this is the next 5 days. Remember, these colors are wetter than normal. These are drier. As we play this forward, just stretching this through the middle of next week and the end of next week, getting into next weekend, notice the significant increase in precipitation for the southern plains to the lower Mississippi River Valley. And as we all know, this is an area that's deep into drought. So you look at the whole of the next 15 days, and you can see where the drier air is coming in here, possibly pushing into parts of New England as well. And you see where we're going to see better chances of rainfall farther to the south and over the southwest monsoon. And what's got me so very concerned about this pattern is what I've been showing you for a while now, the latest soil moisture. So again, if you come back to this, see where the drier air is going to be, and you can see that that's right over the top of an area that's already got very dry soil. Now, this isn't the only area struggling with drought. We can see pockets of New England right here along the coastal Carolinas, and of course down in Texas. So this is just going to be a major story as we go forward to watch how this pattern evolves in terms of delivering rainfall to places that desperately need it and places that are going to get missed that are desperately needing it as well. Now watch what the temperatures are going to do. As we go from today into Friday and Saturday, the split's right on the Mississippi River east. Okay, much cooler weather there, and the heat just pours back into the western Corn Belt coming out of the Montana here. But Saturday into Sunday starts the beginning of a shift, because once you get past Sunday's high temperatures, which is still another scorcher in the midsection of the country, this is where the heat really begins to build west next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And now we're back up into the hundreds in the Columbia Basin, throughout the California Central Valley, and much of the eastern part of the country is going to see some cooler weather. I mean, take a look at this. 5-day sliding window of temperatures. Heat leaves the Midwest, builds into the west, into the Canadian prairie. Got a lot of cooler weather coming in. Although some of it's dry here, it is at least cooler going forward. So my big concern is going to be the return of that heat to the west, and the CPC's now got a large area here of excessive heat risk going here into the third week of the month of August. And we have big questions as to how long that's going to last. If you get a chance to read the report today, I do give a bit of an international update. I talk a lot about what's going on in Europe. Got the new European drought monitor that was released, and it really shows extensive drought across much of Europe, stretching from Spain all the way over to Ukraine. And we kind of give a good look at that and understand what the pattern is going to look like for the next month or so there. Just to let you know, the tropics have calmed down. There's only a 10% chance of that tropical system we've been watching develop, so we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, we're kind of in a wait-and-see mode for the next round of tropical convection coming off the Atlantic. Okay, appreciate your attention, and I'll talk to you again in the morning. Thanks.